Hello, players. Hello, listeners, and welcome to another wonderful, wild, and wacky scene of San Francisco by night. Tonight, we're going to be doing something a wee bit different. There's not going to be any bloodshed, any big bangs, any gunpowder, anything of that sort of nature. Instead, we are going to be looking at the nice calm, the nice slice of life, what our lovely PCs do in between the big, the bad, the horrible. Well, at least we hope so. But who knows? This is the world of darkness, and things tend to go sideways. So, to start with, we're going to be looking at um our lovely Officer Christine Justice. Officer Christine, do you still sleep
In a bed?
in bed?
Oh yeah, I'm Big Spoon.
Big Spoon?
Ah, of
All
course.
right. So your alarm, which I assume is programmed into your head,
Ah,
starts buzz, 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 and you wake up for the first time in a while to an empty bed. At first, you have a small twinge of panic as you look around and you don't see your husband. You don't see Nick. The bed is cold. He is not there. And then you remember something like a brick to the face that he had to leave early last early in the morning, way early, like before the crack of dawn, to go into Modoc Industries to um work on his program. How does this make you feel?
I'm cold and alone. I don't get a morning snuggle, so I'm understanding, but I am pouting silently to myself.
All right. So you get up, you go through your morning routine. Unfortunately, there's no hot breakfast for you waiting, as Nick is apt to do. So it's either cook your own breakfast or cereal.
Captain Crunch in this
By the way,
bitch.
can you roll me a D8 or D8,
A
D6?
D6.
Yes.
Okay, that's a unique dice. A 6.
All right. So you have a good hour before work to take your time. You can eat, um, get ready. How are you your wig? How are you styling your
You
hair?
son of a bitch. I look at my different hair options, and then I kind of have this just inclination. I'm like, something I haven't worn in a while. I have to reach it kind of into the back because I only really did it like I tied it up once as a joke, but I have it. The pigtails.
The pigtail.
The pigtails. I look at it like so childish. Puts it on head. Walks in.
It's marvelous. It's hip. It makes you feel young and beautiful. Like a, and you just feel like you have a small skip in your step, but you're not actually skipping
Of
because
course I'm
that would be
skipping.
creepy. You're skipping.
Of course I'm skipping. I feel happy. I'm twirling it around. It's fun. It's a fun
All
hairdo.
right.
It's gonna be a fun day. I feel energetic.
All right. So now the key question: how do you get to work? Do you have a pedestrian car? Do you have a? Do they lend you a cruiser? Do you take the bus?
I have both a pedestrian car, but we long story short, I'm taking my
Public
cruiser.
transportation. All right. So you had your cruiser parked out at, outside all night.
Yep, just in the
Police
driveway.
go. All right.
Not too uncommon.
So heading out, what type of what atmosphere is around your neighborhood? Is this a friendly place? Is this an apartment? Is this a house?
Is a friendly suburban neighborhood. Pretty, you know, people are the boy is running around tossing papers. We don't know why they still people pay kids to do that, but he's doing it on a hover bike, so I guess it's somewhat futuristic. Uh,
So this is one of those rare areas. Like, it actually costs you a pretty penny to get this house. But your husband being a member of MODOK, you got to pull a few strings.
plus the Section
Now,
9 money, plus cop money. Yeah, it all
yes.
worked out.
Now, in especially considering in San Fran, well, the city has definitely grown since its early days and the early 2000s and 2010s. It has
Mm.
spilled over its borders, going all tracing along the coast, um, tracing along the coast of the bay, up and down the bay coast, wrapping all the way around to Oakland. It has left, luckily, through different initiatives and different um, backpedalings and dealings, it has left the great redwoods mostly. However, it does in places skirt the edge of those national parks. And the city has become what is known as a metroplex, a sprawling city that could be in itself its own state. So, to and most of this is heavily urbanized area. So to find a suburb, to find such a lovely little slice of land, a little heaven, is definitely a treat. As you walk out, you do see one of the reminders, however, that not everything in suburbia is one of your neighbors is uh, peeking over the fence, and you see her taking out a measuring tape to measure one of your shrubs. It's Mrs. Grace, the head of the local HOA.
Grace, it's not even a real shrub. It doesn't grow.
Frowns at you and goes, I still think it's overregulation. I need to double check. I'm doing my job.
Oh, okay.
Don't take that tone with me, young whippersnapper. I know what your types get up to during the night.
Kind of sips coffee.
Damn synthetic
What'd she say?
shallow skins. Damn hollow skins.
Did your cat get better, by the way? I heard good things.
Just looks and frowns at you and huffs as she turns away.
Have a good one. One of the slight little victories in life. Being nice to such an angry little bitch.
So you're walking towards your vehicle and you're getting in your vehicle to go drive to work.
Yep.
All right. And we're going to hop to Smoke here. Smoke. How does Russell awake?
Russ was he's sitting in front of his desk, and he had a case file open, but he stayed up too late and he fell asleep on it, like face first on the desk. Um,
All right.
you know, um, stays
So
up a
what?
lot to read the stuff.
So what type of futuristic alarm system does Russ have? Because I'm just imagining Russ, given the fact that he stays up so late, he probably has a tendency, unless he has a really good alarm system, to oversleep.
Yeah, it's really loud. He lives like in an apartment complex, so sometimes it wakes up other people and they'll like slam on the wall, you know?
So is it like wired into the actual apartment so the lights start blinking and
Yeah,
it's like sirens?
yeah. It's like it's really loud.
So I'm imagining Russ is going to just like jump up and almost fall out of his chair.
Oh yeah, and like look at what time it is and like panic because he is nowhere near ready.
All right, Russ, roll me a d4.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll that on the server.
I should go.
I'm just gonna roll it where I know I have a dice place.
You can roll anywhere. It doesn't really matter too much.
Okay, 3.
3. All right, you have about 30 minutes to get showered, get dressed, and get
Ah,
something to eat
ah, shit. Oh, we're
and
not
get to
gonna.
work.
We will we will pull a half-eaten like raw steak out of the fridge because primal urge, and eat it on the way to the shower.
All right.
And then like it, it has to be real quick.
Fucking
Our hair is
relatable.
still a mess. Our hair is like super messy, but we kind of like fix it a little bit just so the commander guy or whoever's over me doesn't go, "Oh, you look like garbage." Um,
So
he's not
somehow,
said.
despite this being 2070, despite every futuristic advancement we have, the water, your apartment still seems to be out of hot water.
We take a cold, sad shower in the morning. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, we'll then we like put on clothes, but we don't put on like fancy clothes because we're never that way.
You're a Are you a plainclothes detective?
We are a plain clothes detective. We
Yeah.
sometimes people will be like, "What? You're not a detective?" And be like, "Bam, badge, fucker."
So it's just general sci-fi, like street sci-fi clothing, not even like a nice suit and tie or a trench coat.
No, no way. This character, it would be so uncharacteristic if you ever saw Russ wearing that.
Okay, so
Like his essential
here's the key.
clothing are the bags under his eyes because
Right.
he doesn't sleep.
So quick question.
All
So
right.
you're running out of the apartment. Can you roll me a 1d2?
Yep. Yep. Someone stole our bike. It has to be.
Or 1d10? Either or.
uh, uh, I think I'm just gonna roll the detail.
All right.
2. Dose.
You got dose? All right. So you're running um out of the apartment. You get about half. This is one of the sky, almost like not a sky rise apartment, but it's one of those apartments. It's so shitty that it doesn't even have an elevator. So you're running down the steps, right?
Yep. Yep.
You're about halfway down when you stop, pat the sides of your pockets, and realize you forgot your pad pal, which is the equivalent of a cell phone these days. You have your badge, you have your keys, but you forgot your cell. Are you going back for it?
Ah, fuck. We have to. We need that for work.
All right, so you're going to run back up. As you're running back up, several of your neighbors' kids run down. This is one of your neighbors. She seems to be always popping out a new kid.
A baby shotgun, as it's called.
The kids run down. They all run past you, going, "Hi, Mr. Ellison. Hi, Mr. Ellison. How you doing, Mr. E?"
Oh shit.
They all run by you. Where Justin has to deal with a crabby neighbor. You're reminded to drop off. You're reminded by one of these neighbors to drop off the pan from their mother lent you for a cat that was filled with a casserole last night.
I'll get back to you on the casserole situation. I got.
As in, the mother knocked on the door and gave you a casserole last night.
Yeah, totally didn't need it yet. I mean, yeah, I'll get that. Don't worry. He just like not shoves her, but like shoves her off in conversation.
No, these are basically the kids who are running past you. One of them's just like, "Don't forget to bring mom back the pan later." And then the mom comes down as she walks by. She's this middle-aged woman.
Okay.
Not too,
if you call it that.
Korean descent. And she gives a small smile as she walks by. And she's like, "Late again, late again, detective."
Yeah.
As she walks by.
Yep. It's
She
just
doesn't
like
really stop you by.
This almost feels like one of those a proper American Family kind of freaking like infomercials from like the 60s.
She has about like as you'll just see her hustling the 5 kids in front of her off.
Yeah. I need to hurry. And everyone's trying to stop me. Just kidding, they're not trying to stop me. I just need to go.
They're walking by you as you run up, and that's just a little scene.
I imagine he's like an anime schoolgirl, but instead of like a toast in his mouth, it's just a steak as he's like, gotta go.
Yes. So you run upstairs, pat down on yourself, finally find your keys. Despite just feeling them, you for some reason forgot which pocket you put them in, so you had to dig around your pockets. Grab out your keys.
I imagine he like goes back to the door and he forgets what he came like to the apartment for anyways, but goes back for it.
Alright. We've all had those days.
Yeah, but this is every day. This is how it always is.
This is me in a nutshell.
Yeah.
This is me even with this is me every time except mornings. I'm like functional in the morning, but after like an hour, I'm like, what?
So we're gonna have to be like jumping down the stairs.
You finally get your keys. You finally have your keys. You have your badge. You have your cell phone. Do you need anything else?
Oh no. You're my badge.
No, you have that.
Oh, I have it? I'm having scatterbrain in real life. Shit. No, I don't need nothing else. I need to jump down these stairs, though.
So you get down the stairs. How'd you get to work?
Oh man, we got a cool motorcycle. It's not that cool. It's crappy.
Right.
It's really shitty.
But does it
All right,
fly?
well,
No.
yes.
Yes, it flies.
All
I
the
just forgot
pretty
it
much
flies.
yeah. All the almost there's no. Let me put it this way: the highway. Why there are highways that you follow, like paved highways. All the cars are hover cars
Oh, cool, cool. Okay,
at the
okay.
very least.
Meet the
So
It's
Jetsons.
cool.
if your car has wheels, it's either a really old car or a really expensive car.
It's like a later model, you know, like when they were just first figuring out, like it's functional, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles.
Yeah. So you get out there, you um where do you keep your motorcycle? Do you just keep it on the street? Is there special parking?
There's like a special
Um,
parking spot for
uh,
my character, I'd imagine, as a
I mean,
detective.
is it? Let me rephrase this. Does this apartment have like underground parking or anything like that, or parking? Is the parking just outside?
It's outside and it doesn't look good. The
Right.
paint has definitely worn away.
And then you get out there. You're going to you get run out the door, and as you get out, it's raining. It's
uh,
raining again.
of course it's San Fran. Of course it's raining.
Yeah, it's always raining in San Fran.
I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna be a fucking wet dog. Um,
So you're just going to hop onto your motorcycle and whiz to work.
yeah,
No time.
I I can't. There's no time to go up the stairs and grab my umbrella. And my
Why would
consciousness
you
asked me, "Hey,
wait?
did you get everything?" And no, I
Yeah.
didn't.
Besides the umbrella while you're on a motorcycle.
Oh, it wouldn't work. But you know, I'm just inefficient,
That
and
sounds like a
I
quick way
forget.
to die.
Well, on the plus side, now my other question: does this motorcycle require a helmet? Does it have some sort of like field generator?
I got a helmet.
And
It's just
so
a
is this
normal.
The only reason
not
he
wolf
owns his
helmet?
bike is because he's got regeneration.
Right. So at least your head will stay sort of. Wait, is it a full motorcycle helmet? Just like a half helmet?
It's a full
All right.
motorcycle.
Well, well, at least. So you get on to you plop on your helmet, you jump onto the bike, and as you do so, your helmet's HUD display lights up because all helmets in this day and age link up to the bikes to help balance the bikes, but also to show you like a little GPS and roadway signs and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Most cars have this anyways, but your helmet has it instead. And in the corner, blinking rapidly, is the time. You've got about 10 minutes to get to work.
Ah, damn.
Where we're going, we don't need sound barriers.
So,
No.
luckily for you, however, um, you only live about 15 minutes to work. So you're going to get this fairly quickly. In the meantime, yeah, Christine, you're stuck in traffic. Bumper to bumper rush.
Ah.
So you're going to be late.
I go ahead and send a screenshot, like, look what I'm dealing with. I send it to to the appropriate people, and then I just get it on my internal HUD and start playing whatever video games I've downloaded into my brain.
All right. So Russell, you get to work first. Um, as you step, as you pull in, um, there's basically it's a small, um, multi-tiered building sitting in the heart of this particular district of San Fran. It's one of the more, well, it's not in the more affluent areas. It's in the more technologically advanced parts, which nets you guys a lot of the more interesting cases. So as you pull up, um, you come up to what is basically, think of a almost Star Wars setting, um, jet, um, sorry, what is it called? Bay, basically,
Do we literally
where
like
you get
park
to,
on the roof?
no, you, it's on
Oh,
at
a dock.
ground level. There's a dock, basically almost like a docking bay. It has a field in front of it, so only cops can pass through the field with their cars.
Shit, my case file. Damn it.
You know what else you forgot? Your gun.
My gun.
Yeah.
I don't shout my gun out loud, but I'm mentally screaming it to myself.
No, do it, do it. No one can stop you.
So you pull in. Are you as you pull in and you pass by secure parking security? Are you just going to shout, "My gun"?
Yep, sure.
So if you shout that, you've pretty much slowed down, and without even looking up, the security guard, the police officer who is basically on security, just goes, "Morning, Russ."
Morning.
Looking up.
How you doing? Having a good one, right? It's raining like usual, you know.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Same old, same old. Forgot your gun again.
Yeah. Do you have a loaner?
Just slowly looks up and goes, "Don't you already have a loaner in your locker?"
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Did you forget that the off chief gave you a loaner that you're due to return today?
Yeah.
From
And
yesterday?
mentally he's like, I forgot the locker code. um, what a qualified detective this is.
By the way, Christine, you finally got to work, and there's some asshole, right, um, right in the entranceway to the parking lot on a motorcycle, just stopped there, hovering there, talking with this, with the security guard.
And they're yelling at me in the text, aren't they?
Yep.
Kind of lean out the window. Can you like get a move on? I kind of need to like clock in.
Oh man, oh fuck. Yeah, then I'll go.
All right. So you guys both pull in to park. Russ, you have your own parking spot, reserved parking spot,
It's a bike rack.
because well, it's a bike rack and B, you're a
Bike rack.
detective. There's actually a spot for motorcycles. There's not that many there because, well, this is civilian parking for the civilian cars, not generally the cruisers. But it's also, Christine, you're pulling into here because it's the nearest place to the actual clock in. So as you two pull in, Christine, as you pull in, your internal heads display does a little chime, signaling that you have just clocked in as you enter onto the building's premises. And
Ha!
you get a little chime on your Fat Pal saying you've clocked in.
Oh, sweet. How late?
You were supposed to be here about 5 minutes ago. Christine, on the other hand, was supposed to be here over 20 minutes ago.
Finishes, chugs the last scalding hot sip of coffee. Fortunately, it can't actually burn me, really. And I fucking go. I do like the Dukes of Hazzard slide over my freaking hood.
You're getting off your motorcycle, and you see on the other side this very familiar, fully cybernetic robot chick in paytail doing the Duke of Hazzard slide and booking it into the building.
Man, the Hazard Boys have really changed over the years.
Right. Christine, you're the first one into the building. And it's absolute pandemonium.
Ah, shit.
Like, insane. There's people everywhere running around, doing cross-checking files. Everything's going to hell in a handbasket. So business as usual.
Yep.
As you walk up, you hear. Do you know what your police chief's name is?
It hasn't actually been confirmed, so I'm gonna canonize it now. Wiggum.
Wiggum?
Wiggums.
So you hear Wiggum go, Officer Justice!
Oh no. Yes, sir.
You're late!
I know, sir.
Hands you a stack of data pads. As he goes, great. The P matrix went down again last night. I'm going to need you to manually enter these into the system.
I'll get my power cord.
I told you I'd make you do paperwork.
Fuck! And this, listeners, is why you don't shit talk your GM before you enter a game. Was it worth it? Yes.
So, while you're getting stuck doing paperwork.
Which, actually, how I do this with data pads is interesting. Because it's just a little cord that connects to, like, a hard wire cord that goes to me in a data pad, and I just kind of...
Oh, no. What I should clarify is the internet's basically the Z matrix, or the P matrix, which is the police internet.
No.
Is down.
This is the
You
actual...
can't upload the file. The problem is the files can't be uploaded. So you have to get on either you have to plug these into you, then plug yourself into the computer to transfer them in.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Literally, it's a weird process of...
Which gives you a major headache.
Oh.
Or you're going to have to manually type them in. Either way, while you're doing this, can you roll me a either intelligence plus
Oh God.
either academics or politics.
Oh no! Would I be able to add the specialization policing to this?
Policing.
You have, what's that for?
It was mostly for just kind of acting like a cop and getting
No,
people
what
to.
skill is it?
It is persuasion.
No, then. You
No.
don't, unless you have area of expertise.
Okay, then in that case.
There's literally a merit that lets you add your specialization to all general merits or general skills. If you do not have that,
Are you ready?
can't add. Yep.
Here we go, officer.
Okay.
Wait, are you at liberty to do crit fails?
Yeah, you can do a crit fail.
I'll take a dramatic failure.
Wait.
Right. So
As I manually try to type this shit in.
you're manually trying to type this shit in. And it's such mind-numbing, tedious work. And you spend so long doing it that it's like you just kind of go into daydream mode. And you miss the fact that you're entering the data into the completely wrong ports until after you submit it.
No! Delete! Go in and delete! No!
So that's going to cause major backup in case files.
No! You hear an audible, oh shit.
My
You're going to have to go talk to Wiggum about that. Actually, better yet, you're not going to have to talk to Wiggum. You're going to go have to talk to.
Oh my god, am I going above
Sizzler.
Wiggum's head?
No, you need to go talk to Sizzler, the IT tech.
Oh no, you're gonna get sizzled.
Okay, good. I was afraid that you're gonna throw the judge and be like, why is my work being interrupted?
I'm not dealing with the judge.
No, they're scary.
I haven't roleplayed him, so I don't want to touch him.
No, yeah, and also
Instead, you're going to go talk to Sizzler.
I, as politely as and socially acceptable as I can, virtually sprint there.
So, meanwhile, detective, you stop in, you say hi to some folks, you go into the main break room, get some coffee, get a donut, you're taking your relaxed time, getting to work.
The donut that I can't eat.
So you get some coffee. You just get some coffee. You get some extra powerful coffee.
Nice.
You're walking out, and and quick question: what type of detective are you? Homicide, drug racket,
Blue collar.
corporate.
Yeah, corporate. These aren't the right taxes.
With his skills, probably homicide detective, but you know, we could go with what's a more like generalized detective or like less.
You don't. You're one or the other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know anything about the American like system.
You would be a homicide. Yeah, we gave you your options there.
Okay.
So you're being called away to meeting.
Okay.
It's actually going to be there's an establishment of a joint task force because of a new drug on the street. Something about it being linked to a lot of different homicides going on and general violence going on in the city.
Okay.
So you're walking over there, and as you um and you get over there, and it's um there's a couple people in this there. There's one of your pack mates who's probably also, do you know, not so, do you know what the pack mates positions were?
Um, a lot of us were. I think the only detective, but Bot kind of removed her from the precinct. So the only other detective that would have been there would have been Svetlana. But I don't think that
No.
unless they call in more private
I
investigators in for
mean,
the shit.
it might be just a regular beat cop.
Yeah, then it would probably be Jenkins.
Because yeah, this is again, this is a task force between um gang
Hmm.
gangs in homicide. So they
Okay.
do have street cop plain clothes, or not plain clothes, but beat cops um dealing with this also. So you see this guy, you see um one of um your fellow partner from homicide. You can tell me all about,
Okay.
and um two of the detectives from um dr- um sorry, two of the detectives from gangs.
Okay.
Um, so as well as Wiggum.
Oh, hey, Wiggum.
You're
Hello.
going to just go hi Wiggum to the chief.
No. No, 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 no. No,
All
that
right.
sounds like a bad idea.
So Wiggum is um ch- chewing on um chewing on what looks like to be almost like just a regular, like a licorice stick.
Hmm.
As he's chewing, he's been trying to kick the habit of smoking, and it's been failing. E-cigarettes came and went; they never really took off. People always will like the regular cigarettes, even though they give cancer. On the plus side, with microfilters, they are a lot less harmful. But still, his wife doesn't want him smoking, so he's taking up chewing licorice sticks, and it's got even a worse mood than normal. That's saying something.
Hey, sir. Uh, shit. um, he,
Grunt looks up and goes, "Great, you're here. We can get
yep.
started."
I'm just gonna sit down
Um,
immediately if there's a place to
yeah.
sit.
As you sit, the table in front, he'll drop the data pad he was reading onto the table, and as he
Hmm.
does so, the table, which was a previously onyx black table,
Hmm.
lights up, and he'll make a swiping motion as several images seem to jump off his data pad and appear on the table in front of each of you.
Okay. I'll look at it.
So the data pad shows um, what looks to be five individuals, or not, I should say, it's picture of five random individuals. The only um, real similarities between these guys are they all seem to be wearing the same um, general street gear, and all have bright, almost neon red tattoos. as he says, these are called the Blood Dogs. They've been recently muscling in on the Halloween's territory in South Bay. Um, they're linked to several different um, ongoing homicide cases, and as he does so, he'll throw out images of four, 5 or 6 different murders.
Mm-hmm.
All of them were um, fairly brutal looking cases. You showed up to investigate at least 2 of them. In each case, there's it seems like it was some sort of domestic homicide. It's always done physically. A person being beaten to death.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. 2 of the cases looked like it was a spouse or family member who committed the crime. The other case is one of them was just 2 randoms on the street who ended up starting who ended up basically beating each other. One guy near to the inches ended up just beating each other with their fists to the inch of each other's lives. One of the guys died on the way to the hospital. The other one's in critical condition. There's no connection between these 2. One of them is basically a domestic abuse case gone wrong. One of them is basically a
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Hello?
Okay, there we go. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I just lost everybody.
I did too, so was the server. And Creed is still dead.
Ooh, homicide.
me now.
Yeah, there you are.
All right. So that was me.
We all died for a second there.
Yeah.
So basically, bunch of cases, bunch of random homicides. In each case, the murderer was found to have a new drug in their system. That's been making the rounds. The street name of the drug is either Green Light or Go.
Okay.
You're being tasked with helping out the gang department with basically investigate this, find the source of this drug, find out where it's coming. They know that, or I should say, they know that the Blood Dogs are producing it somehow, but they want to know how, where, and to what end. And basically try to help get round up and get control of this situation somehow.
Alright.
So you're in a meeting for about half an hour. As you're walking out, a robot girl comes rushing by.
Actually, he's a full wolf, right? When he notice?
You're both aware of each other.
Oh, I thought I didn't know this guy.
All right. I mean, I was saying, did we decide if he's part of the pack or not?
I think he said
We'll
he
say
was, but he said he was like an outlier, so I wouldn't have directly been.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, a
Associated, not like.
wolf-blood chick in pigtails RoboCop comes rushing by, and as you're hurrying by, Justice, you almost crash into this tired, ruffle-looking plainclothes detective, and as you do so, you keep going, but then you stop and do a double take as that sense of smell, that little ringing in your ears, that whispers to you, "Wolf," rings out.
I glance at him for a second. Then I have bigger things to worry about because the whole fucking system's down. So I just keep going.
I'll yell at her, "Nice pigtails."
Thanks, I'm feeling cute.
So, by the way, just to make it clear to Smoke, Russell, this girl that just ran past, this woman that just ran past you, this is dressed as a beat cop, but you don't see any actual naturals. It's all plating underneath. No skin. Almost full robot.
Huh.
Can you roll me wits plus streetwise?
You could roll it. I'm not anywhere near my computer right now.
Okay, sure. That's fine.
Right.
I thought that's. Oh yeah, you're like outside, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm outside in the shed right now. I can't like.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
no.
that's fine. I have your sheet open right.
Creed,
I don't
it's
have
time to
that-
destroy him. He's out back behind the woodshed. It's the perfect place. I'm sorry,
I have
son.
Anyways, so that woman that just ran by was Christine Valentine, also aka now Christine Justice. She was the talk of the water cores a while back as something mauled her in a while back. She got mauled on a case, some sort of wild animal attack that went quickly insane and basically almost flat killed her. It was only through like a government contract that she was basically, her life was saved, but at the cost of her becoming about 90% cybernetic.
Oh.
Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much. Which it would make sense if MODOK basically owns me.
Yeah.
But they own the police
It was
station too, so
MODOK contract.
yeah. Connections. They matter.
A wild animal, huh? That's suspicious.
Yeah, it killed
And
5 other cops.
she's- Yeah.
That's really suspicious.
And she's definitely ringing as a wolf-blooded.
Huh. I wonder why. Sarcasm.
So you watch her rush down the hallway and turn left and descend the steps into the vast basement of the precinct. Officer Justine,
Yee.
you are entering the most scary, the most haunted the most hideous place in the entire precinct.
Oh God, it's IT.
You are entering far worse than IT. You are entering the day of the Sizzler.
No.
Oh no, I know this person. I'm gonna have to bring coffee so they survive.
Wait, who's Sizzler? Wait, oh no. Okay. Well, I'm here.
All right. So you walk into this IT room, and it looks partially like a wet nerd's dream, partially like a little horror shop, and partially like a giant chaotic mess. There's wires and computer parts hanging from the ceiling. You see several extra different various legs and different cybernetic attachments just hanging up on the wall. Several pet pals lie scattered across the ground, ripped apart, their pieces salvaged. You can see that at a glance you can see that these were damaged from before, but as well as you can see a hollow posters on the side of the wall. One says has a treasure chest that's constantly changing that says epic loot. Another one has a what looks like a hanging robotic panther hanging off a tree, and says in leet speak, hang in there, pussy. There's a man hunched over in the corner who's furiously working on a what looks to be a piece of a larger mainframe. He has pulled out, and he's using he has his pet pal plugged in, and he's typing away. As you walk in, he looks up, and he's he looks up, blinks twice, pulls back his goggles as he goes, well, if it isn't Christine, Mistine, my Snizzle, what's up? How you doing? And he'll hold out his hand to hold out his hand as if trying to get a handshake.
I blink. I look. I shake his hand, not knowing what to do. So it's the only meaningful response I have.
You've dealt with the Sizzler before, but as you do so, he'll grab your hand, use the fact that you don't budge. He'll pull on the hand to pull himself up, and pull you into a half hug.
Hey, Sizzler. Kind of awkwardly, pat him.
Hey, officer, you are looking fine today.
Thanks. So, sorry, wait, I don't have time to talk. I remember that thing I did a while back, 2 months ago, with the files.
With the cat and the bucket.
What? No, I'm talking about the files. We're being serious here. My ass is on the line.
The files? Did you delete the mainframe again?
No, that was Wiggum's. That one time, that was ridiculous. I can't even get close to that thing. Anyways, no, it was the thing where I set the files in the wrong.
Download those video. Oh, did you download the video game? do a reverse flow and download um, Candy Crusher again onto the mainframe?
That was one time, and nobody noticed. But no, I'm talking about the files. I put the C files into the A port, and it just this time I've actually fucked it up.
Yeah, you definitely fucked it up. So that's where the information Bing was coming from.
Please, they're gonna
It's
scrap
all good,
me.
my Nizzle. It's all good. You know the Sizzler's got you.
Just do your weird techno wizard thing, please.
So he'll sit down and start typing on the computer, and as he does so, he'll go, "So how's the boo?"
He's still hacking things and building programs that you'll inevitably figure out how to hack through.
I'm telling him he needs to let go of J-code.
I jokingly said that once, and he actually, like, I swear I've never seen him actually look mildly annoyed before. It was ridiculous. That's actual blasphemy to him.
Look. Hold up. Let me just look something up.
When the DM actually has the problem with, what is this modern urban fantasy? You have to look up actual shit sometimes. That isn't just sword.
Look. Tell him he's got to get back into JavaScript. It's so retro, it's new.
No. It's Java.
Trash.
Bro, no.
Exactly. Look, no one knows about JavaScript anymore. It's such a retro thing that no one can hack it.
Well, while we're at it, we might as well also put it on fucking floppy disk.
That's tight.
I might as well have a fucking crank system that powers me. We're not going back. We're not. That's not forward. That's not even sideways. It's like, well,
Look, you add a QScript matrix program to the Java script, and you've got a whole new possibilities. Then you fold it into a matrix centerfold, and it's just like bam, bam, bam. And he makes the hand motion with one hand as he says bam.
I mean, no, though.
And done.
Thank God.
All right. Your thing's set. I wiped the program. You're going to have to enter the data again. Don't fuck it up this time.
If you see
Well,
a
if
ping
you do,
again, if you see
if
a
you
ping,
do-
just please, just build a robot down here and have it come up and kill me, because I'll be more merciful than having to deal with this again.
But then I want to get these sweet, sweet visits. And you know the sweet Sizzler is always up to see your fine piece. That's one state of the art. By the way, it seems like it's sexual harassment, but you know.
I
that
know,
it's just
he is
moving.
literally just admiring actual fucking craftsmanship.
Yes.
You know, a lady could take personal offense to that, right?
Yes, but you're no lady. You are the great, the grand, the most amazing. Sorry.
Shut up.
Get off screen. Yeah. He's the the most amazing cybernetic sweetheart of the 2070s. You are RoboCop 2.0. You are Officer Christine Valentine's Justice. And as he does, strobe light goes Justice. He's added a new feature to his little thing, which is strobe lights.
You really need to lay off the coffee, buddy. She's like borderline, like she's like borderline breaking out into like hard laughter.
He'll just give you this look like coffee as he taps to. He opens up another energy drink. This guy is so dorky. It's partially annoying, partially adorable.
It really is, but the one thing that originally even got her interested in Nick in the first place is she just has a soft spot for nerds.
And unfortunately, I just got yelled at, so that's where we're going to end it. We still need to do more, but I'm getting
Or we still...
cranky-eyed.
Oh boy.
Okay. We'll do part 1 then of Creed gets yelled at the game. Join us. Who dies first, us or Creed in real life? Stay tuned and find out on...
I am available tomorrow, too.
Today's Wednesday? Yeah, I'm free tomorrow. Yeah. Splat. Smoke. You're both... Your logos are yellow. What hibernation cycle are you?
I am mountain time. Time of the mountain.
But you have evenings off.
I won't have to go to work till about 5 tomorrow.
Alright.
So... Okay, yeah, let's just meet up in the morning.
For about, EST, like, noon.
Okay, so 10 in the morning. Got it.
And we just doxed ourselves, but nobody watches my fucking channel anyways. So, good night, everybody.
I mean, they have the whole mountain zone to guess where I am.
They will. They found Shia LaBeouf, they'll find us.
Alright.
Oh,
Bye.
shit. Bye-bye.
Bye.